Hey hockey fans, it's Billy from Puck Rivals here. Just wanted to start off this video by thanking you all for helping us reach 1,000 subscribers. Whether you found us when we posted that random viral Rasmus Ristolainen video 3 years ago, or within the last 8 months when we decided to become consistent with this channel, we appreciate everyone who's become a part of the channel and helped us achieve this milestone. We couldn't have done it without you. On to the actual video now. We've got something new for you. Today, I'll be going through our list of the top 10 active players that come from the hockey-loving nation of Finland. They've always been good at hockey, but now the Finns are starting to really get to that next level. Let's dive in. We'll start with number 10 and count our way upwards. And the 10th best Finnish player, according to us, is Dallas Stars forward Roope Hintz. Hintz is a big-bodied forward who is capable of playing both on the wing and down the middle. His speed, combined with his size and hockey IQ, make him an effective forward for the Stars. His intelligence makes him able to either make plays or finish them. It's also worth noting that he has a knack for showing up come playoff time, which is never a bad thing. Before coming to North America, Hintz had some success at the international level with Finland, in the form of a World Junior gold medal in 2016, where he played on the second line with Mikko Rantanen. Obviously, the first line for that team was insanely good, but Hintz and his line played a role in winning that medal too. Before he was drafted, Hintz began playing in Liga the year before his draft year. So he would have been 16 or 17 years old, and every year he got better and better before ultimately moving to North America. At the moment, Hintz has yet to really break out offensively in an entire season, but is still a pretty solid top 6 centerman. This year, in Sagan's absence, he has shown that he can produce offensively, as he is just a few points under a point per game. But he is having some issues staying healthy. If he can stay healthy and keep producing the way he has been so far this year, there's no doubt Hintz is a bona fide second-line centerman. Now the 9th best Finnish player on our list is Buffalo Sabres defenseman Rasmus Ristolainen. Like Hintz, Risto is a big-bodied Finn, but this time on the blue line. He is a puck-moving D-man who has a bomb of a shot as well. These two strengths of his make him pretty effective on the power play. He's not afraid to play physically either. He can be a bit of a pest and likes to get some extra shots in when he can. From an offensive point of view, Ristolainen has been very consistent. Before the COVID-shortened season, he had 4 straight years of 40-plus points on a bad Sabres team. Defensively, this and last season, he has been a lot more steady as the team has focused more on team defense instead of overwhelming Ristolainen with more than he could handle. Like many on this list, Ristolainen has seen success with Finland internationally. He has a World Junior gold under his belt from 2014. He and Esa Lindell anchored the Finns' blue line during this tournament, ultimately helping them win the final prize. In line with most European prospects, Ristolainen gained professional experience as a teenager in Finland before hopping the pond. Ideally, Ristolainen plays on a middle pairing with power play time. Just don't do what Buffalo did and play him 26 minutes or more per night. He's a good defenseman, but mustn't be leaned on as heavily as Buffalo did. Made him look worse than he really is. At number 8, we have another defenseman and another Dallas Star, Esa Lindell. Lindell is a very steady defenseman who can play in all situations. He's very reliable defensively and has been a workhorse for the Stars. He hits, he blocks shots, he kills penalties, and can put up 30 points. In my opinion, he's actually pretty underrated and is a big part of Dallas' success. Lindell, along with teammates John Klingberg and Miro Heiskanen, make for one of the best defense corps in the league. But Lindell kind of falls in their shadows since he isn't really that flashy. Internationally, Lindell has 2 medals to show for, 1 gold junior medal in 2014 and a silver medal at the World Championships in 2016. He never played in Liga until he had been drafted, but had a nice trajectory to get where he is now. His last year in Finland was especially impressive, as he had 35 points and 14 goals in 57 games. All in all, Lindell is a legit number 2 or 3 D-man that can do everything. He can eat minutes if you need him to and will always be a reliable option. At 26, he is probably close to hitting a ceiling if he hasn't yet. If that's the case, like I said, he's still a very good D-man that many teams would love to have on their team. The next Finn at number 7 is Hurricanes winger Teuvo Teravainen. Teravainen is a playmaker with good vision, hands, and hockey IQ. He's creative, and his ability to make plays makes him a weapon on the power play too. He puts up quite a bit of points, but doesn't really ever get talked about. Not only can he produce offensively, but he is well-rounded as he can play on the penalty kill too, where he is also a threat to create scoring chances. From 2018 to now, Teravainen is tied for 6th in the league in short-handed points. Teravainen has found success wherever he has played. He began playing in Liga at age 17 and each year got even better until he came to North America. He didn't have an amazing rookie year, but Chicago gave him up to Carolina in order to offload Brian Bickell's contract. Yikes. However, in his time in Chicago, he did win a Stanley Cup and produced in the playoff run to get there. Like the others, Teravainen also nabbed a World Junior gold medal in 2014. As Teravainen has gotten better over the last few years, he has really solidified himself as a winger that can play on either the first or second line and produce close to or at a point per game pace. Given that he's 26 now, he is probably close to reaching his ceiling, but of course there's no way to officially predict that. Next up, we've got the oldest guy on the list, goaltender Tuukka Rask of the Boston Bruins. We all know Tuukka Rask. The netminder has been a staple in the Bruins' goal for many years now. Part of what makes the Finn so good are his excellent reflexes and flexibility that makes him able to make some saves other goalies can't. He plays a butterfly style and loves to compete. Being the oldest guy on this list, Rask is bound to have a lot more success over his career than the rest, and that he does. He's won a bronze on 2 occasions with Finland at the World Juniors and the Olympics. He's got a Vezina Trophy and Jennings Trophy, the 2 goalie awards awarded by the NHL. But he's also won the biggest prize of them all, a Stanley Cup. Even though he didn't play a game in those playoffs, you will never be able to take that away from him. At the age of 33, Rask certainly isn't getting any younger. Although his numbers so far this year haven't been the best, he has been one of the league's top goalies for a number of years now and has been a rock for Boston. You could definitely make the argument that he should be higher on this list, but 6 is nothing to be ashamed of. Getting into the top 5 now, at number 5 we have Patrik Laine. If there's anything that we all know about Patrik Laine, it's his lethal shot and goal scoring ability. He owns one of the best releases in the league and there's no doubt about it. He's a perennial 30 or better goal scorer, and just missed that mark by 2 last year due to the pandemic. This guy scores goals, plain and simple. He was selected 2nd overall for a reason. For being just 22 years of age, Laine has a pretty solid amount of success at the international level. He dominated the World Juniors and led Finland to a gold in 2016, and he's won silver at the World Championships and the Under-18 World Juniors. In addition to all of this, he's also a Finnish Liga champion during a season where he led all Liga rookies in goals and points, won Rookie of the Year, and won the Jari Kurri Award for the best player in the Liga playoffs. Laine is already a first-line goal-scoring winger at the age of 22. The thought that he could get even better is a bit of a scary thought for opposing teams. He may not be producing as much right now, but I wouldn't worry about that. The Jackets as a whole are in a bit of a slide, and Tort's coaching style doesn't really mix too well with how Laine likes to play. Regardless, Laine is a legit top scorer in this league and could easily still get better. Now at number 4, we have the 3rd and final Dallas star, Miro Heiskanen. Miro is a two-way defenseman who plays a calm yet confident game. He is a great and smooth skater, which aids him when he carries the puck up ice. Along with that, he's got great vision and always makes the right decisions on the ice. He does everything well, and every team wants a defenseman like Heiskanen. People really started to take notice of his ability in the playoff bubble, where he was outstanding and even played at a point per game. Unlike most of the other players on this list, Heiskanen surprisingly hasn't medaled at the World Juniors. He's won a couple medals at the Under-18 level, and won the, Pekka Rautakallio Award for the Liga's Best Defenseman in 2018 at 18 years old. At just 21, Miro Heiskanen is already a legit top pairing defenseman. Just like Laine, there is still so much room for him to grow as a player, which is insane to think about. This guy could easily be a Norris Trophy winner in the future, and it may not be terribly far away. His ceiling is of that level of Yossi or Hedman, 2 of the best defensemen in the world. Kicking off the top 3, we have Avalanche forward Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen is an extremely talented playmaking winger with size. He has an elite combination of hockey sense, skill, and skating. He's elite and is one of the best wingers in the game today. In a normal year, Rantanen should pretty much always be set for 80 plus points. Sticking with the theme, like pretty much everyone else on this list, Rantanen has achieved a gold medal for Finland in the World Juniors, where he was solid on the second line, and a silver medal in the World Championship. A lot of these players came up together, so that explains a lot of the players having the same success internationally. He has no NHL team or individual awards, but that could easily change given how good he and his team is. There is no question that Rantanen is a first-line winger that can produce offense. He could walk onto pretty much every team's first line and would be quite a few teams' best player. In Colorado, McKinnon gets a ton of the praise, which is deserved, but people mustn't forget about Rantanen. He plays a big role for that team as well, and carries the load whenever McKinnon is out. Moving on to second place, we have another Hurricane in Sebastian Aho. Aho, in my opinion, is still an underrated player. He's a very smart centerman with two-way ability, and is a threat whenever he's on the ice. This is evident as Aho is tied for second in the league in shorthanded points since the 2018-19 season, and the most shorthanded goals too. He's a good skater and has the skill set to play in every situation for the Hurricanes. You probably guessed it. Yes, Aho won the gold medal in the World Juniors and the silver medal at the World Championship. In the juniors, Aho centered that line with Laine that absolutely dominated the tournament, but didn't really receive as much praise as Laine or even Puljujärvi. In addition to those awards, Aho is a Finnish Liiga champion as well as a third place winner. At just 23 years old, Aho is already a legitimate first-line centerman who can play in any situation. He's proven he's good to play at a point-per-game pace and to be a threat on the penalty kill. Since he's still so young, there's still time for him to take his game to the next level, which is kinda crazy to think about because he is already a first-line center. He is a big reason for Carolina's success, and lots of teams would love to have Aho on their team. Just ask the Montreal Canadiens. And the moment you've all been waiting for, the top-ranked Finnish player is none other than Panthers captain Aleksander Barkov. Sasha is one of the best two-way centermen in the league that can also play in any situation. He can score, he can make plays, he has slick hands, he can cause turnovers, he can play on the penalty kill, he's poised, the list goes on. He should probably get more Selke consideration than he does, but that could be due to playing for a small market, such as the Panthers, but he should always be in that conversation every year anyways. Unlike the vast majority of this list, Barkov actually never medaled at the World Juniors. However, he does have that silver from the World Championship and a bronze at the Olympics for Finland. He's also been a runner-up for the Liiga Championship and has a Lady Byng trophy for the most gentlemanly conduct in the NHL. Like I said earlier, he doesn't have a Selke trophy, but you should see him in the conversation for one pretty much annually. Barkov is a franchise centerman, no doubt about it. He is so solid in his own end and causing turnovers, but also has the skill and offensive ability to put up over a point per game. There aren't many players who can play to that level, but Barkov sure is one of them. Not to mention, he is the captain of the Panthers, meaning he brings a leadership presence to the locker room. When you get Aleksander Barkov, you get the whole package. So, there you have it. Despite having a relatively small population, Finland really produces top-tier hockey talent. It's really quite impressive. Being able to compete and win internationally on a consistent basis with countries who have like 50 times their population is something to admire. From guys like Teemu Selanne and Jari Kurri to guys now like Barkov and Aho, the Finns have always been producing talent. You gotta love how much they love their hockey. Let us know in the comments what you think of the ranking, and what changes you would make to it, if any. If you enjoyed this video and love hockey like us and the Finns, don't be afraid to hit those like and subscribe buttons. This has been Billy from Puck Rivals, and I'll see you in the next video.